Welcome to mikegoldengames and welcome to a benchmark video. This one we are doing Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I waited outside in Micro Center all night long. Got there about 7 p.m. last night. And I was able to get my hands on the Ryzen 9 5950X. Brand new AMD CPU. I was about the fourth person in line. They had about 25, I believe it was, 5950s. So, yeah, people were pretty lucky at our Micro Center. Anyways, we also are running the Asus Crosshair 8 Formula motherboard. We're using the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080 XC3 Ultra GPU by EVGA. And also the Corsair iCue H100i RGB Pro XT 240mm AIO liquid cooler, which this thing really does work. I'm running right now on my readout on the Asus Formula motherboard. It's 43 degrees Celsius on the CPU. So for this one, we are going to be running in 4K. So let's go to settings. 4K, 60 hertz. I only have a 60 hertz 4K monitor. Resolution scaling 100. Basically everything is maxed out. Ultra settings, ultimate. Cloth simulation quality, it only goes up to high. So that's what we're going to be going with. Motion blur turned off because who needs motion blur? Bloom and very high. Subsurface scattering, very high. That's all it goes up to. Everything else is maxed out on ultimate. So let's run this benchmark. Now I did this a night or two ago. Didn't realize the GPU wasn't fully seated in the motherboard. So when I ran this test a few nights ago, it was in 4K ultra settings, same thing, on the 3900X. Yeah, it was getting about 5 FPS. This was the only benchmark that really gave me any issues. And then we got a blue screen about a minute after the benchmark ended. Turns out, yeah, the GPU wasn't fully seated. I could have sworn I did fully seat it. Turns out the GPU is literally right up against the case, which I'll have a photo of that right here on screen. Yeah, so the cable management bracket on this Lian Lancool 2 mesh case, it sticks out a little too far for this GPU. It would have been nice if they had the motherboard seated out a little bit more further from the case. But, you know, we'll see if I need to cut the bracket, and that'll make it, you know, the GPU fit perfectly. Anyways, let's get into this benchmark. I know you guys are wanting to see this. Yeah, so I ran TimeSpy earlier today at 11:12 a.m., and I was the 16th on the leaderboard for the world. I was super surprised to actually be that high up on the leaderboard. Number 16 worldwide. Anyways, let's watch this benchmark and see how we do. By the way, because I am recording it, the FPS might not be as high as it should be. I ran this earlier today when I got home, fully seated the benchmark, you know, the GPU. It was running at about 80 to 112 FPS. We're only at 56 FPS right now, so there's that. Whatever, let's see this. By the way, I'm looking at the readout on the motherboard. We're at about 44 degrees Celsius right now on the CPU. That's pretty damn cold. All right, here we go. So we got a total score of B. Again, that's because we are using OBS Studio to record. This would definitely be almost double. That's crazy. Almost double if we weren't recording. I'll run it again without recording and then just go to this screen to see what we get. So CPU usage was only 9%, maximum of 28%. GPU 98%, maximum was 98. Okay, not bad. So again, it is the AMD Ryzen 9 5950X 16-core processor. Like I said, I waited at Micro Center from like 7 p.m. yesterday, and they didn't open till 9 a.m. Yeah, honestly, it was really fun just sitting out there talking to the people and just seeing what everybody's build is like. Really cool. I gotta say, it was a really nice experience. Actually sit back and relax for once. It was pretty nice. It was really relaxing. It's like 55 degrees all night long too, so not too cold. A little bit windy here and there, but either way, that's not what you're here for. So yeah, and the other thing, it says this GPU has 11 gigs of VRAM. It's only supposed to have 10, so I don't know why Breakpoint is registering it as 11. A little weird. Either way, that's gonna be it for this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please do consider subscribing. We're going to be doing some more benchmarks. Let me know what games you want me to do, what kind of settings, 4K, 1080p. We're gonna run that test one more time, and I'll just show you that really quick. Yeah. All right, so here we go. This is with OBS Studio just shut down. No screen recording software open or running at all. And we got, again, the GPU. This was right after the previous benchmark, so the GPU didn't really have time to cool down. It was still running at like 72, 74 degrees. So if I let it cool down fully, this probably would have been a little bit better. But as you can see, we're at an A right now. Average FPS to 76. Maximum 112 FPS. And that was at 4K Ultra settings, as you can see right here. Maxed out settings. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this benchmark. Seriously, I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already. As well as hitting the little bell icon on the channel. That way you stay notified when the videos go up and when we do live streams. Let me know what other games you want me to benchmark. I'm thinking maybe I'll do some Flight Sim. See what we can get on that game. And then Grand Theft Auto, of course, because that's, LSPDFR is the main thing that I try to focus on this channel.